Should you be meticulous in choosing the people you hang around with? Yes, you should, and I'll let you know why. Because when you hang around the wrong people who don't necessarily want the best for you, who actually want to bring you down, that actually creates resentment within you, and that is not a good feeling to have to perpetuate what you want to actually create in your life. I'm talking about this because yesterday I went to an event where a lot of people that I had cut out of my life were. And my boyfriend was like, you need to let it go. You need to let it go. You cannot like bring it up again and again and again. And it brought this interesting thought process in my mind, which was, I'm not holding a grudge, right? Because the way I was talking, it was like I was holding a grudge. Because in my mind, holding a grudge is something that you perpetuate like forever more, and you remind yourself of what these people did to you and why you don't like it and why you don't like them and whatnot. And now I think about it, kind of sort of is, but it's very, the distinction between holding a grudge and resenting people in my mind, all right, is that when you hold a grudge, you always recreate this situation in your mind, and you recreate it so that it's like you're continuously living this experience that you did not enjoy. So you are actually keeping it alive in your active experience. While as resenting people, like at specific times when it pops back up, it's different the way I do it. It's because it only pops back up in my active experience when they are close by. And not to say that I'm like, oh man, I ruined my entire evening. I don't. Well, kind of it did. But what I do is that I'm like, okay, so these people did something to me, or this happened, and I do not appreciate it, and I did not appreciate it, so I'm going to keep my distance from them, because if I get back close to them, they might do it all over again. Now that I'm thinking about it, one does not negate the other, but over time people do change, and people do learn, and people do become better. And something similar happened a couple of months back, like a month or two back. Yes. And I also had kept a lot of resentment in my childhood to people I used to go to school with, because they did not like me and blah, blah, blah. But what I also noticed is that at this event, like, a lot had changed, except this one person who clearly was not impressed with what I had created in my reality, which is fine, okay? But that just shows who I should not get closer to. It's like a no-go situation. Which is basically what you need to do. Be able to see the difference between what you should approach and what you shouldn't approach. What has changed and what hasn't changed. And so, but what I have to say is that what happened yesterday really created resentment within me, because this thing that I was referring back to happened like a couple of years ago. So it was still fresh, okay? While as the other happened like years ago, like more than 10 years ago. So that's when I had enough like distance to separate myself from it, and I was able to be like, okay, so that was then, this is now. These people, I've changed, so they have certainly changed. Let's see what can come of it, right? While as this one, now I'm not saying that she hasn't changed, like the people haven't changed, but I'm still weary of the feeling that I experienced back in the day. So the back in the day was was a less bigger gap from the previous one, but so still I felt it on my skin, which is I was like, no, I'm not gonna approach you. No, you know. So I should less talk about it as hold a grudge or resent. It's more like, at this point, the idea is more that I've learned my lesson and I know what to stay away from. So my question to you is, what terminology do you actively use that you need to reevaluate its actual correctness in what you are experiencing? Is what I want you to ponder. So ponder that.